Now, you might see this adventure hat on my head and have a question pop into your head. Are you going on a hunt for animals? And why in a library? Well, the thing is, I am going on a hunt. A hunt for a story about an underdog who beat all odds to come out on top. What kind of story? A real David and Goliath story. The story I'm looking for is the liberation of Bangladesh. My name is Clyde Barnaby Watson II, or as my friends call me Clyde. Now you may be looking at this event and thinking, well, this is an elementary thing. Why are you making it so complicated? All wars have conflict and compromise. There's nothing special about this one. But you see, viewers, that's where you are wrong. Before we can begin to understand the conflict that took place in this event, we have to understand the events leading up to it. Britain, being the superpower that they were at the time, nearly invaded all of Asia, but eventually all good things must come to an end. When the British decided to finally take their leave and split all their invasions, they split the Indian subcontinent into three parts: India, West Pakistan, and East Pakistan. They made the differentiation between Pakistan and India through grouping the Hindus and the Muslims in Pakistan. It seemed like a really good idea at the time, but would later come back to hunt all of Pakistan. Religion is an easy way to split people into groups. People of the same religion often share the same beliefs, but people are made of more than just religion. This is why the Pakistan division was doomed to fail. West Pakistan and East Pakistan had different living standards. They even had different languages. Conflict was guaranteed from the beginning. The only way this could end peacefully was with an early compromise. A compromise, we will see, that never comes until too late.
ভাই আমি তো এখানে নতুন আসছি তুমি জানো মসজিদটা কই ভাই মসজিদ ওইখানে আছে থ্যাংক ইউ ভাই আমার বাসায় এসে চা খান
Well, that's what leads to our first major conflict. West Pakistan had control of the government at the time, decided to make the official language of all Pakistan Urdu. This, of course, did not sit well with East Pakistan, where the majority of people spoke Bengali. They sparked the Bengali language movement on February 21st, 1952, which led to many protests, primarily led by university students. The constant pressure on the government eventually caused them to allow East Pakistan to have their national language as Bengali. While this conflict was quickly resolved with compromise, the following events will not be as simple as we see. The second problem that quickly arose was one about government. West Pakistan was a hub for work. Nearly everyone in the government was from West Pakistan. All the good jobs were in West Pakistan as well. Obviously, this was going to lead to many problems. Quickly, the government focused more on benefiting West Pakistan than East Pakistan.
Then Ayub Khan launched a coup and took power as president. The primary thing he did was set up a system called basic democracies, which essentially increased the power of national government over local affairs. It was also called representational democracy by his many critics. He was also the first to enact martial law in Pakistan. Over time, things became more oppressive, and there was nothing East Pakistan could do about it. What didn't help is that the government had a plan set for East Pakistan.
Number 1. The Bengalis have proved themselves unreliable and must be ruled by the West Pakistanis. Number 2. The Bengalis will have to be re-educated along proper Islamic lines. The Islamization of the masses, this is the official jargon, is intended to eliminate secessionist tendencies and provide a strong religious bond with West Pakistan. Number 3. When the Hindus have been eliminated by death and fight, their property will be used as a golden carrot to win over the underprivileged Muslim middle class. This will provide the base for erecting administrative and political structures in the future. Chance arise. When everything appeared to be hopeless for East Pakistan, a hero rose up, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Born on March 17, 1920 in Tungipara, Gopalganj, Bangladesh, he slowly rose to the ranks of East Pakistani politics. He slowly became a high-ranking member of the Awami League. As a charismatic person and a great speaker, he quickly became a prominent member. One thing that made him popular was his opposition to the aggressive military rule of Ayub Khan. He was also brought to light the systematic racism against East Pakistanis. This obviously did not sit well with the government of Pakistan, who slowly became worried about his rising popularity.
Soon he became president of the Awami League, and under his leadership, East Pakistan occupied 169 seats out of the 313 seats in all of Pakistan. But the military rulers of Pakistan didn't want to give up their spot so easily. Conflict is now just on the horizon. Tensions grew and grew to a breaking point, and a breaking point it was. The shaky compromises that had held everything together shattered.
Pakistan would have a federal structure of government based on the sense of the Lahore Resolution of 1940, with a parliament elected on the foundation of a universal adult franchise. Number 2. The federal government would have authority only in defense and foreign affairs, and all other subjects would be operated by the federating units of the state of Pakistan. Number 3. There would be 2 freely exchangeable currencies for the 2 wings of Pakistan, or 2 separate reserve banks for the 2 regions of the state. Number 4. The power of taxation and revenue collection would be vested in the federating unit, and the federal centre would have no such authority. The federation would be entitled to a share in the state taxes to meet its expenses. Number 5. There would be 2 separate accounts for overseas exchange reserves for the 2 wings. Number 6. East Pakistan would have a separate militia or paramilitary force. March 2nd, Flag Day. The Bangladeshi flag was hoisted for the first time at Dhaka University. This marked the beginning of the Bangla nationalist movement. March 7th, speech. Sheikh Mujibur Rahman made history by giving a speech that vaguely alluded to independence. Even though he was threatened by the army not to do it, he went ahead with it. West Pakistan would not
Then,
let this
at
go.
midnight, West Pakistan struck with a genocide. The genocide was started when the Pakistani military launched Operation Searchlight, which was designed to quell the nascent uprising that had recently started in Bangladesh. Before the start of the genocide, all journalists were systematically deported from Bangladesh. The objective was to capture all major cities and remove all opposition. The genocide began on March 25th in a university in Dhaka. Students were killed by the hundreds. It was a systematic and mass slaughter. Many began to flee out of this country into the neighboring land. It was also a genocide, as many men and any able-bodied boys that could be suspected of assisting in a rebellion were also killed. It was also an eliticide in that many intellectuals, teachers, professors, and office workers were also killed. It was a blatant declaration of war. The war between East Pakistan and West Pakistan had begun.
March 27th. On Shadin Bangla Batar, Major Ziaur Rahman announced the independence of Bangladesh over Shadin Bangla Batar Independent Bangla Radio.
The Bangladesh, on behalf of our great national leader.
On April 10th, Bangladesh formed its first government. It was headed by an exiled Sheikh Mujibur Rahman as President of the Republic and Tajuddin Ahmed as Prime Minister. On the same day, Tajuddin announced the 3 regional commanders who would lead 3 new sectors. In May, the rebellion slowly recovered from the genocide and started engaging in guerrilla warfare. In June, the war entered national view. Some countries thought that they shouldn't get involved because it's between them, but other countries such as Japan thought that Bangladesh has a right to do what they're doing, while other countries like America supported West Pakistan, but none of these countries actually joined on either side. The first 2 weeks of December, the rebels slowly regained dominance by village. India also joined the fight shortly after Pakistan launched airstrikes on India. On December 14th, Buddhi Jibidosh, or Intellectual Day, took place. The West Pakistanis realized they were going to lose, so they went out, kidnapped the most talented people from East Pakistan, people like writers, scientists, actors, and doctors and the such. Then they proceeded to kill all of them. On December 16th, a surrender treaty is signed. The carnage finally ends. Most of the conflicts slowly reach their end.
Told me that he wanted help for his country.